It used to be a condition that defined the twilight years, but now a silent crisis is claiming the hearts of those in their prime. In emergency rooms across the globe, a terrifying new pattern is emerging. Men and women in their 20s and 30s are arriving with cardiac arrests. The data is undeniable. Cardiac events in young adults have surged by nearly 30% over the last decade. We have to ask, what has changed? Today we investigate the why. From the cellular level to our societal structures, we are looking for the triggers and the solutions. This crisis ripples far beyond the victims. For our pensioners, it means the loss of caregivers and the destabilization of the families they rely on. The economic burden on those on fixed incomes is immense when the workforce's health collapses. This is a threat to our entire social fabric. To find the solution, we must first understand the biology. It begins with something invisible: chronic, low-grade inflammation. Modern environmental stressors are triggering our immune systems into a constant state of high alert, damaging arteries long before symptoms appear. While genetics provide the blueprint, our environment is now pulling the trigger earlier than ever in human history. Then there is the lifestyle factor. We are living in a hyper-compressed era that our biological hearts were never designed to handle. The constant bombardment of blue light and digital notifications isn't just a distraction, it's a physiological stressor that disrupts our circadian rhythms. When we lose sleep, our hearts lose their primary window for repair. For the young professional, sleep is often the first sacrifice, and the heart pays the price. But perhaps the most profound change lies on our plates. The rise of ultra-processed foods has fundamentally altered our vascular health. These chemical-laden diets trigger insulin resistance and oxidative stress, creating the perfect environment for early-onset heart disease. The solution starts with a return to real, whole foods, the primary medicine for a struggling cardiovascular system. Modern medicine is catching up. New screening technologies can now identify high-risk individuals decades before a potential event. Advanced imaging and genetic markers are giving us a window into the future, allowing for proactive interventions that save lives. From targeted anti-inflammatories to personalized nutrition plans, the medical community is moving toward a precision-based approach. But medical technology is only half the battle. The most powerful solutions are the ones we implement in our daily lives. Stress management isn't a luxury, it's a clinical necessity. Reducing cortisol levels through mindfulness and movement is the first step to healing. Consistent, Zone 2 exercise acts as a pressure valve for the heart, strengthening the muscle and improving metabolic flexibility. We must also demand a societal shift. Our work cultures and food systems must prioritize human longevity over short-term efficiency. If we don't act now, we are sentencing the next generation to a life of chronic illness and shortened potential. Protecting the hearts of the young is the only way to protect the future of our elders and the stability of our entire community. It is a shared responsibility. The rise in heart attacks is a complex puzzle, but the pieces are within our reach: biology, lifestyle, and medical innovation. By acknowledging the crisis and embracing the solutions, we can reclaim our health and secure a vibrant future for all generations. Thank you for joining this investigation. If you found this information vital, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you for watching. Vaping has emerged as a major independent risk factor. E-cigarette users face a 34% higher likelihood of a heart attack than non-users. The delivery of concentrated nicotine and chemicals like formaldehyde triggers a hyperinflammatory state that can cause sudden blood clots. Recreational drug use, particularly high-potency marijuana and cocaine, is increasingly linked to coronary artery spasms, sudden narrowings that cause infarctions. Beyond what we ingest, the very environment we inhabit is changing our hearts. We call this the environmental exposome. Even at safe levels, long-term exposure to fine particulate matter from exhaust and smoke is linked to heart muscle scarring and calcium buildup. Every microgram of pollution increase correlates to an 11% rise in coronary calcium. Our environment is literally scarring the young heart. Noise and light pollution in urban areas are now linked to chronodisruption, elevating the risk of atrial fibrillation and high blood pressure. But perhaps the most significant recent factor is the lasting cardiovascular legacy of the COVID-19 pandemic. Studies confirm that a COVID-19 infection doubles the risk of heart attack or stroke for at least 3 years post-infection. The virus acts like a stress test for the heart, potentially unmasking or accelerating underlying heart disease in young adults. Our genetics provide the blueprint, but new research shows that even our blood type can dictate our vulnerability. Those with AB or AB blood types show a significantly higher risk, up to 65%, following severe infections. Roughly 30% of young adults have high blood pressure, and many are unaware. It is the ultimate silent killer of the modern era. The solution starts with a radical shift in prevention. Guidelines now recommend baseline heart screenings starting as early as age 20. Addressing cholesterol and blood sugar in your 20s provides far more protection than waiting until your 50s. We must be proactive. For those with a family history, low-dose CT calcium scans are becoming a vital preventative tool to see the future of the heart. We now have more data than ever at our fingertips. Wearables are becoming our first line of defense in monitoring heart health. Monitoring heart rate variability and sleep quality allows us to manage the physiological stress that leads to inflammation and cardiac strain. Public health is pivoting toward Life's Essential 8, managing behaviors from nicotine to sleep to cholesterol with clinical precision. This isn't just about individual health, it's about the families and pensioners who rely on the strength of the young. When a young heart fails, the ripple effect on our elders and the caregivers of tomorrow is a burden our society cannot afford. By securing the health of the young, we secure the future of our entire community. It is a shared responsibility. The path forward is clear: early screening, aggressive lifestyle management, and a demand for environmental reform. The demographic shift is also gendered. Women under 55 are now more likely than men to die following their first severe heart attack. Risk differences emerge as early as age 35. Men often develop coronary disease years earlier, but women face a sharper mortality curve. We've identified a new lifestyle killer: social jet lag, the discrepancy between our sleep timing on workdays versus free days. Each hour of social jet lag is associated with an 11% increase in heart disease risk, independent of total sleep duration. By 2026, a quarter of Gen Z reported shortness of breath during activity, a hallmark of compromised metabolic and heart health. The future of prevention lies in genomic screening. What was once experimental is now the standard of care. Large-scale screenings are now uncovering hidden risks, like familial hypercholesterolemia, years before a single symptom appears. New guidelines shift the focus to lifelong management, targeting the reduction of plaque years for adults as young as 30. Artificial intelligence has become our passive guardian, projecting an $18 billion market in cardiac monitoring. AI platforms are moving toward device-agnostic monitoring, identifying dysfunction from wearable data with 93% accuracy. The very first stage of heart disease is endothelial dysfunction, the loss of integrity in the gatekeeper of your blood vessels. Obesity and insulin resistance trigger the oxidative stress that reduces nitric oxide, causing the inflammation that leads to early onset heart failure. There is a critical awareness gap. While 17% of young adults are on statins, only 8% have their CoQ10 levels tested. CoQ10 is the fuel for heart muscle function, yet 76% of young adults have never heard of it. This must change. The horizon includes CRISPR gene editing for lipid disorders and the expanded use of GLP-1 agonists for comprehensive cardioprotection. We are moving toward therapies that treat the whole cardiometabolic system, rather than just the symptoms. This is precision prevention. Reclaiming our health requires a drastic shift toward early screening and the aggressive management of lifestyle-induced inflammation. Our hearts are the engines of our future. By protecting them today, we preserve the legacy and health of every generation to come. The silent crisis of the young heart can be solved. The tools are here: biology, technology, and your daily choices. Thank you for watching this investigation. Please like and subscribe to join our mission for a healthier future. Thank you for your time.